number 8 that we have completed the NCERT problem number 12.1, 12.2 and 12.3. In today's class, we are going to start the most important portion of the general organic chemistry, and that is lecture number 9, IUPAC names 5 rules. That's our today's topic. Is it clear, my dear friends? See, this video is very important for the GOC, because if you will not understand this 5 rule, then after you are not able to write the common name of any given organic compound. Is this clear? See, there was in a old age time, there was number of techniques which are provided to give the name of the compound. But what happened? Suppose one compound is there, organic compound X. In India we say that is X. Suppose in China they say that is Y. In America they say that is Z. So there is no any uniformity. You understand? So that is considered as a common naming system. An example, suppose in India we say that compound is X. In China we say that is Y. USA says that is Z. So you will not get the proper idea regarding to the compound. So there should be some uniformity. When the name of the compounds are given, there should be some uniformity. And to develop the uniformity, there was a new system which came in effect, and that system is known as the IUPAC naming system. So what is the full name of IUPAC? International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. Before I start my lecture, I would like to say one thing, my dear friends. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and please write a short comment too. Is this clear? And watch the video till the end. Now here, my dear friends, we are going to start the rules. Rule number 1 states that select longest carbon chain. Clear? This is considered as our rule number 1. Select longest carbon chain. Suppose you are given with now, first rule, read the rule very carefully. What rule state? Rule state that select longest carbon chain. What you have to do? You have to select longest carbon chain. Suppose right now there is one carbon skeleton. Clear? This is a one carbon skeleton. See, whatever you are learning right now, that is a fundamental of organic chemistry. So please watch it very carefully. Clear? Use your headphone for the better result. Please watch it very carefully, my dear friends. What I say is, this is one carbon skeleton. Now you have to identify the longest carbon chain. So you will have idea, sir, this one will consider as a longest carbon chain according to you. Now tell me, is this a longest chain possibility? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you will select this chain, there will be 7 carbon in a chain. Is it clear? But suppose I will select this one is a one continuous long chain. This is one continuous long chain. This is also one continuous chain. Clear? Now check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I will select the first one, then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you will select the first chain, then there will be only 7 carbons which are into the chain. But suppose you will consider this continuous chain, in that case there will be 9 carbon. So 7 and 9. So 9 carbon chain is considered as the longest chain. Is this clear? You got the idea? I'm sure you understand. Okay, my dear friends. So this is a rule number 1. What note state? Clear? That note will be very useful for the next sessions. If there is a functional group, it must be part of the parent chain. If there is a functional group, it must be part of the parent chain. So this chain is known as a parent chain. Now let's discuss about this parent chain. What is a parent chain? Clear? Suppose your parent chain contains, if parent chain contains one carbon, then you have to use one prefix, and that prefix is meth. If parent chain contain only one carbon, then it is a meth. 2 carbon is equal to eth. 3 carbon is equal to pro. 4 carbon is equal to but. 5 carbon is equal to pent. 6 carbon is equal to hex. 7 carbon is equal to het. 8 carbon is equal to non. 9 carbon, sorry, 8 carbon, my dear friends, that will be oct. 9 carbon, non, and 10 carbon is equal to det. Is this clear? Sure, we got the idea. Suppose in a parent chain, now tell me, in this parent chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 carbon is there. So you will use non as a prefix. Prefix used first, suffix used last. Clear? That must be clear. So in this parent chain, first of all, you have to identify number of carbon in a parent chain. Clear? You select the longest chain, that's okay, done. Then after, what you have to do, you have to select the number of carbon. How many carbons are there? There are 9 carbons, so prefix will be non. Prefix will be non. See, turn by turn we are learning the rules, and as you will complete all 5 rules, then after definitely you will be able to solve a lot of example. So in the next session we are going to solve one exercise based on the 5 rules. But please don't forget to like the video, share the video and comment the video. Clear? So let's start, my dear friends. Rule number 2. Clear? Rule number 2, what is it? Assign the number to the carbon atoms of the longest chain such that the substituent received. What it means? We are going to discuss it. Substituent received the lowest possible number irrespective of their nature. What it means? It's a very amazing rule. Now suppose okay, now let me introduce some basic alkyl terms. Clear? Some basic alkyl terms. Okay, you know the methane, right? CH4 is known as the methane. Suppose one hydrogen is removed. What about the structure of methane? And now suppose one hydrogen is removed. So that is a CH3. Clear? So that is known as a methyl. It's known as a methyl by same way. CH3 is known as the ethane. CH3 is known as the ethane. So CH2CH3 is known as the ethyl. CH2CH3 is known as the ethyl. Clear? By same way, CH 3 CH2 CH3. This is the molecule of propane. But if you will remove one hydrogen, CH2 CH2 CH3 is known as a propyl. By same way, you can go for the butyl, pentyl, hexyl, heptyl, octyl, nonyl, and decyl. By same way, what you have learned in the previous session, isobutane, isopentane, isopropane. If you will remove one hydrogen without disturbing the structure, then there will be isopropyl, isobutyl, isopentyl. So that is known as a alkyl group, and sometimes in organic it is denoted as a capital R. See, right now, my dear friends, you are learning the basic of organic chemistry, and after in this section, after the completion of these 5 rules, you will be able to give the answer of organic compounds name. Clear? So now in this rule number 2, assign the number, the carbon atoms of the longest chain such that substituent receive the lowest possible number irrespective of their nature. What you have to do? Now you have to number this chain. Clear? This side is left side for me. This side is right side for me. Now I have to give the number. I have to give the number. So there is 2 possibilities, either from the right side. Suppose I will give from the right side. Then number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? In this case, this alkyl group or methyl group, this methyl group is known as a substituent. This methyl group is known as a substituent. You have to give number to the chain in a way that your substituent must get the lowest possible number. Suppose I will give from the right side, the number is 5. Clear? Clear? But suppose I will give from the left side, then it is 2. Which is true? Is this clear? समझ में आ रहा है? दिमाग में जा रहा है कि नहीं जा रहा है बच्चों? Listen me very carefully. If you will give from the left side, then number 2 is given to the, or number 2 is allotted to the methyl group, which is a lowest possible number, which your rules state. Clear? Now, how to give the number to substituent? What you have to remember? Listen me very carefully. Suppose there is a methyl, there is a ethyl, both are present. Then what you will do? Clear? Suppose there is a methyl and there is a ethyl. Now what you will do? So then you have to consider the alphabet that we are going to see in our next session. So please be careful. Please take a screenshot of this, and we are going to start the rule number 3. Please take a screenshot. Okay, so let's start the rule number 3. After selecting the longest chain and numbering the carbon atoms while writing the name of the compound, the substituent which is alphabetically first. Do you know the alphabets? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and so. Clear? Should be written first irrespective of its locus. Clear? What was your rule number 1? Select the longest carbon chain. What was the rule number 2? Give the number in a way that substituent must get the lowest number. What are the substituent? It must be a functional group, it must be a alkyl or any other. Clear? Now rule number 3. After selecting the longest chain, as you already done in a first rule. Now numbering the carbon atom while writing the name of the compound, the substituent which is alphabetically first should be written first irrespective of its locus. Clear? So let's check this. Let's check this. This is your longest carbon chain. An example. Clear? This is your longest carbon chain. This is the longest carbon chain. Now, in this longest carbon chain, there is two substituents. In this longest carbon chain, there is two substituents. Clear? This substituent is known as a methyl, and this substituent is known as a ethyl. Clear? Let's go with the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. So E come first. E come first. It means that you have to give numbering in a way that methyl must got the lowest possible number. Is it clear? So suppose from here, if I will give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this case, my ethyl is getting the 5 number, which is wrong. So what I will do, this number cannot be considered. So what you will do, you will give the number from the left hand side. Every time it is not necessary to give the number from the left hand side. You have to apply your own logic to identify whether your substituent is getting the lowest possible number or not. Is it clear? Done. So from the left hand side, if I am going to give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In this case, my ethyl is getting the number 2 and my methyl is getting the number 3. Now let's check the notes. What notes state? Notes state that two numbers should be separated by comma. Two numbers should be separated by comma and number and letter should be separated by hyphen. What it means? Let's check. On 2, number and letter. So on 2 there is ethyl. First letter capital. So 2 ethyl. 3 methyl. 2 ethyl, 3 methyl. Now continuous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So heads A and E because there is all single bond. It's a hexane chain. It's common hexane chain. Don't worry, we are going to solve the exercise. Clear? So you will understand more better. Right now, what you have to do? You have to only understand the rules, nothing else. Clear? Don't apply more logic, just understand the rules. So this is a rule number 1, rule number 3. What rule number 3 state? After selecting the longest chain and then numbering the carbon atom while writing the name of compound, the substituent which is alphabetically first should be written in respective of the local. Clear? So that is rule number 3. Alphabetical first should become first. That's it. Clear? Simple. Rule number 4. When a molecule contains 2 or more identical substituents, use numerical prefix such as di, tri, tetra for 2, 3, 4 substituents respectively. However, their initial alphabet should not be considered for ordering the substituent in final naming. What it means? Let's check out. Let's check out what it means. Suppose you are given with 6 carbon chain. Clear? Here I am not completing the valency, my dear friends. Please be careful. Just I am going to give you the carbon skeleton. When we are going to solve the proper exercise, you will understand more better. Right now, just focus on the rules. What rules state? Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon chain is given, and here there is a 1 methyl, and here there is a 1 more methyl. Now what you will do? Now understand the rule number 4. Understand the rule number 4. When a molecule contains 2 or more identical substituents, Identical substituent means same substituent. Here there is a two methyl which are identical, which are same. Clear? So in that case, what you will use? You will not use only methyl word, but you will use word dimethyl. Now see the first simple rule, my dear friends. Select longest carbon chain. This is the selected longest carbon chain. Now give the number. Give the number. If you will give the number from here, then this 2-methyl will got the largest number, but we want the lowest one. So we will give it from the left hand side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? So on two number that is 2-methyl. So 2, 2. Why? Numbers should be separated by comma. So 2, 2. Why 2, 2? Because there is 2-methyl on that particular carbon. 2, 2. Di. Why di? Because there is 2-methyl. If there is 3-methyl, then tri. If there is 4-methyl, then tetra. 5, then penta. Clear? Now here there is a 2-methyl, so we will use dimethyl. But listen me very carefully. First letter should be capital. So change this D into the capital D. So dimethyl. How many carbons are there in a parent chain? There is 6 carbon. So dimethyl has. See, if there is a single bond, all single bonds are there, then there should be suffix ane. And if there is a double bond, then ene. We are going to solve later on. Clear? Right now, my dear friends, just focus on the rules. That's it. Clear? If you will understand the rule, you will understand the topic more better. Clear? So that is one example. 2,2-dimethyl hexane. Clear? Now one thing you have to remember, there is one more mistake. I'm sure you got that mistake. This number and letter should be separated by hyphen. It should be separated by one hyphen. Is this clear? So with this your 4 rules are over. Let's complete the 5th one. Before it, take a screenshot and let's complete the 5th one. And as I said, my dear friends, if you are enjoying the video, then don't forget to like and share. Clear? Okay, thank you. Please take a screenshot. We are going to learn the number 5 rule. Okay, so let's start rule number 5. If the two substituents are found in equivalent position, the lower number is given to the one coming first in alphabetical listing. Clear? So let's understand this rule, what this rule states. Clear? With this, your 5th rule will be also over, and then after we are going to solve the number of examples based on it. So let's start this. Now, if the two substituents are found in equivalent position, clear? Two substituents are found in equivalent position. What it means? Let's take an example. This is one carbon skeleton. This is one carbon skeleton. Is it clear? Now there is a 2 substituent is given. The name of the substituent is methyl. The name of the substituent is methyl. Clear? Now, see, I am going to give you one more video in lecture, one more lecture that how to write the alkyl chain. Clear? So don't worry about it. Right now, just focus on the rule only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 carbons are there. 2 substituents are there, methyl and methyl. Now both are at the position 2. Methyl at position 2 from the left hand side and methyl is at position 2 from the right hand side. So how we will give the number in this case? Clear? Now suppose we will give the number from the left hand side. and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Clear? So 7 number is allotted to the ethyl group. But if you will give it from the right hand side, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. In this case, your ethyl will get the 2 rank and your methyl will get the 7 rank. Which is true according to rules. Clear? Because ethyl E came first in alphabet. So the name becomes 2-ethyl, 7-methyl, 7-methyl, total carbon 8, OCT, ANE, octane. Clear? How we are using this ANE? Because alkane chain named as ANE with a suffix. Is this clear? So with this your 5 rules are over here. I'm sure you all understand these 5 rules. So don't forget to write in a comment. At least give a short time to write the comment. Clear? And one more thing to my dear friends. Clear? Don't waste your time. Make a copy and send it to the given WhatsApp number. Clear? So thank you my dear friends. Here I